little fox.
Rocket Girl vs. Mr. Presto, Episode 1, Mighty Man. Everyone at the TV station was busy. A woman turned on a camera. A man carried a microphone. They were getting ready to film an episode of Mighty Man.
Where's Mighty Man?
Asked someone.
Here I am,
Said an actor in a superhero costume. Suddenly, poof! A man appeared in a puff of smoke. He had a tall hat and a thin mustache. He wore a tuxedo. A monkey sat on his shoulder. The man had an evil grin.
There's going to be a new show today. Hurry up!
Said Jack.
Mighty Man is on in 10 minutes.
Roxy and her friends were on their way to Jack's house. They were going to watch Mighty Man, a TV show about a superhero.
I wonder what Mighty Man will do today,
Said Mara.
Last week, an asteroid was about to crash into Earth.
Said Jack.
So today, Mighty Man is going to stop it.
Mighty Man is so cool.
Said Mara.
He's okay,
Said Terrell.
but he's not that great.
Jack and Mara were stunned.
What do you mean?
Asked Jack. Terrell shrugged.
Mighty Man isn't real. He's just a character on a show.
We know that.
Said Jack.
But if he was real, he'd be the best superhero ever.
No way!
Said Terrell.
Rocket Girl is much cooler than Mighty Man. Right, Roxy?
Everyone looked at Roxy.
Well,
Said Mara.
what do you think, Roxy?
Roxy thought for a moment.
I agree with Terrell.
She said.
Rocket Girl is definitely cooler than Mighty Man. Mighty Man is kind of silly.
The four friends got to Jack's house and went inside. Jack grabbed some snacks and everyone flopped onto the sofa. Jack turned on the TV, but Mighty Man wasn't on. Instead, a strange man was on the set of the TV show. He had a tall hat and a thin mustache.
Hello, everybody.
Said the man.
Mighty Man has been cancelled. I have a new show for you. It's a magic show, and I'm the star. I'm going to be famous.
Who is that guy?
Asked Terrell. Roxy couldn't tell her friends, but she knew who the man was.
That's the evil magician, Mr. Presto.
She thought. Roxy's watch beeped. She rushed into Jack's kitchen and pressed a button on the watch.
Rocket Girl,
Said Mayor Bloom.
Mr. Presto took over the TV station.
I know.
Roxy whispered.
Don't worry, I'll stop him.
Rocket Girl vs. Mr. Presto, Episode 2, Presto. Roxy had to find out what Mr. Presto was up to.
Hey, guys.
She said to her friends.
I just remembered I have to help my mom with chores. I'll be back soon.
Roxy found Detective Smith at the TV station. He was looking at some equipment.
Where's Mr. Presto?
Roxy asked.
I don't know.
Said the detective.
He was gone before I got here.
Roxy smirked.
I'm surprised Mighty Man didn't stop him.
Ha ha.
Detective Smith pretended to laugh.
Mighty Man isn't a real superhero like you, Rocket Girl.
We need to find out what Mr. Presto's doing.
Roxy told him. Detective Smith nodded.
Yes, I think...
Help! A voice cried out from behind a door. Roxy looked around.
That sounded like...
Mighty Man!
Said Detective Smith. Roxy ran to the door. It was locked. Whiz-hoo! Roxy blasted it open with her eye laser beams. The Mighty Man actor was inside a small room. The TV crew was with him.
Thank you, Rocket Girl,
Said the actor.
No problem.
Roxy said.
Do you know where Mr. Presto went?
Asked Detective Smith.
No,
Said another man.
he stole a camera and left. But we can find out what he's doing.
The man turned on a monitor. Mr. Presto appeared on the screen. He held a wand in one hand and a microphone in the other. Metro City Bank was in the background. Mr. Presto walked over to a woman. The woman wore a diamond necklace.
Hello!
Said Mr. Presto.
What's your name?
Molly?
Said the woman.
What a lovely name!
Said Mr. Presto.
I'm going to show you a magic trick, Molly.
He waved his wand.
1, 2, 3, presto!
Poof! Molly's necklace disappeared. Mr. Presto looked at the camera.
Is everyone enjoying my show?
Next, Mr. Presto walked over to a man.
Hello, sir.
Said Mr. Presto.
Ooh, that's a very nice watch you're wearing.
thank you.
Said the man.
Do you like magic?
Asked Mr. Presto.
Yes.
Said the man.
Watch this.
Said Mr. Presto. He waved his wand.
1, 2, 3, presto!
Poof! The watch was gone. And so was Roxy. She had to stop Mr. Presto from stealing things. Detective Smith was still watching the monitor.
Rocket Girl, we need to do something. Mr. Presto is... Rocket Girl? Where did she go?
Rocket Girl vs. Mr. Presto, Episode 3, The World's Greatest Magician.
This show is terrible.
Said Terrell. Terrell, Mara, and Jack were still watching Mr. Presto. The magician had just made an old man's cane disappear.
Where's Mighty Man?
Asked Jack. Suddenly, Mara shouted.
Rocket Girl is on TV!
Detective Smith and the TV crew were still watching the monitor.
Whoa!
Said the Mighty Man actor.
It's Rocket Girl!
Mr. Presto was about to make a little girl's lollipop disappear.
1, 2, 3.
Stop right there, Mr. Presto!
Roxy yelled. Mr. Presto spun around and the little girl ran away.
Rocket Girl!
Said Mr. Presto.
I was hoping you would appear. Now my show will be very exciting.
Your show is over.
Said Roxy. Mr. Presto smiled.
Oh no, it's not. In a moment I'll perform my most amazing trick. I'm going to make all the money in Metro City Bank disappear.
No, you're not.
Said Roxy. Mr. Presto raised an eyebrow.
I'm not? Who's going to stop me?
I am.
Said Roxy. She ran toward Mr. Presto. Mr. Presto waved his wand.
Presto!
A wall appeared in front of Roxy. Bam! Roxy crashed into it. Mr. Presto laughed.
This is turning out to be such a great show!
Grr!
Roxy growled, rubbing her head. She jumped over the wall and landed in front of Mr. Presto. She tried to grab him.
Presto!
Said the magician. Poof! He disappeared. Roxy looked from side to side.
Where did Mr. Presto go?
She wondered. She took a few steps, looking carefully. She felt someone tap her on the shoulder.
Here I am!
Said Mr. Presto. Roxy spun around. Poof! Mr. Presto disappeared again. Roxy didn't see the magician anywhere.
Hey!
She yelled.
Mr. Presto! Why don't you come out and face me? Or are you too scared?
Poof! Mr. Presto appeared nearby,
I'm the world's greatest magician!
said Mr. Presto.
I'm not scared of a silly little girl.
Roxy glared at Mr. Presto.
A silly little girl? You're going to regret saying that.
Roxy shot toward Mr. Presto like a rocket,
Presto!
said Mr. Presto. A big black box appeared in front of him. Roxy was flying too fast to stop. She slammed right into the box. Mr. Presto quickly closed it shut.
1, 2, 3, presto!
Mara, Jack, and Terrell stared at the TV screen. They all gasped.
Uh-oh!
Cried Terrell. Rocket Girl vs. Mr. Presto, Episode 4, The Amazing Trick. Mr. Presto stood near the black box and reached into his hat. He pulled out several swords. He looked into the camera and smiled.
Say goodbye to Rocket Girl!
He said. Mr. Presto slowly pushed a sword through the box. Slink!
Ah!
Mara cried. Mr. Presto stuck another sword through the box. Slink!
Oh no!
Cried Detective Smith. One by one, Mr. Presto stuck all the swords through the box. When he was done, he opened the box. It was empty. A hole was burned through the back. Cried Mr. Presto.
Rocket Girl escaped!
Mr. Presto looked at the camera.
Never mind. It's time to make all the money in Metro City Bank disappear!
Oh no!
Cried Detective Smith.
Where's Rocket Girl?
Mr. Presto walked into Metro City Bank. There was a line of people. He waved his wand.
1, 2, 3, presto!
Poof! All the people disappeared. A second later, they appeared outside the bank.
What just happened?
Said a man. Inside, the bank teller looked at Mr. Presto.
Hello, sir.
She said.
How can I help?
Poof! She disappeared. Mr. Presto went behind the counter. He stood in front of a door. It was big and round. It was made of solid metal. Mr. Presto looked at the camera.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Behind this door is a huge pile of money. And it's all going to be mine.
Mr. Presto raised his wand.
1, 2, 3, presto!
The door swung open. Mr. Presto looked in and saw Rocket Girl. Terrell, Mara, and Jack cheered. Roxy ripped the wand from Mr. Presto's hand. Mr. Presto was confused.
How did you...
There will be no more magic for you, Mr. Presto.
Said Roxy. She held the wand up with both hands and she snapped it in half. Crack!
No!
Cried Mr. Presto. Detective Smith breathed a sigh of relief.
Hooray!
Shouted the Mighty Man actor.
Yay!
Shouted Mara. She, Jack, and Terrell jumped up and down.
That was the best show ever!
Said Terrell.
Yeah,
Said Jack.
I like Mighty Man, but Rocket Girl is a real superhero.
Several minutes later, Roxy walked in.
Hey, Hey guys,
she said.
I'm back.
Terrell looked at the TV and then at Roxy. He gave her a suspicious look. Roxy just smiled.
So, did I miss anything?